Some narrow shelving at the top. She loves it. Yeah, it's going to be a massive deck. Yeah, I want it.
Previously, we poured our concrete driveway as part of a series of roadwork related projects. While we put those roadwork projects aside for the moment, we still have to cut expansion joints in the slab before we call it a day. But once we finish that, we're turning our attention fully to the myriad house-related projects that have been on hold since September.
So, I use the smaller one. So I've got a lot going on this week as I try to get my bearings about what to do next. I shared earlier that we've got just so many projects, countless projects to do if we want to be moved into the house by next Christmas, 12 months away. And getting my head around what is the priority, what comes first, what comes next, is taking me some time. Yesterday I cut the relief joints in the new driveway, got that out of the way. I also started preparing the land for deck posts on the east side of the house. This is where the main deck is going to come out, and I need to sink concrete piers into this earth. And so I'm trying to make a working level surface on which to do that. Another really important task is cleaning up everything, getting organized once again. We've been working down on the road for 3 months now, roadworks, 3 months. And I've just got a mess of a interior space here. Everything's all over the place, windows, lumber, scaffolding, and tools. For now, I want to use this as a tool storage. I'm just tired of not knowing where my tools are and walking to the tiny house, walking down to the roadworks project, or walking up to the real house to find them. So I want to build out this room with shelves and just put all of the tools here. Everything that I can find, put it in here so that it's easily accessible. A clean slate. Do I need to frame out this wall in order to hang tools? Okay, we've got a very simple set of shelves going on here, a couple of table type shelves with plenty of room underneath for the bigger stuff, and then plenty of room on top, a little bit of wide shelving, and then some narrow shelving at the top just for nails and odds and ends. We'll see how long it lasts before I fill it up. All I've really done here is organize what's here. I haven't brought over anything from the tiny house, so that mess is still a mess. I have a request for the viewers. I've noticed that our percentage of female viewers is between 5 and 10%. And I know for a fact that female viewers like watching this kind of content. I think the boys like watching the big machinery and the concrete a little bit more, you know, but my sister, she watches this stuff all the time, and I'm sure there's no bias there. She loves it. So I have a request for the boys out there. I want you to share this channel or share a video or share a playlist with a significant female in your life. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, your wife, your aunt, your niece. Share it with them and tell them that they're going to love it, because we know that they will love it, right? Share it with them, and let's try and get the female percentage of viewers up to 50% or 52% or 55%, whatever the Canadian national average is. Let them enjoy it as much as we all enjoy it. Thanks. Because it's raining outside today, this is just a perfect time to start doing more windows. Okay, we're working on the bathroom, main window in the bathroom. That other window is the toilet, the little one. And there's going to be a wall right here. The bath will come up to about here. So hopefully we'll be able to just sit and have a bath and look out the window and enjoy nature. The frame that I made for the sash is a little bit tall, about this much. I don't know, maybe a centimeter and a half. But I don't want to adjust it. I don't want to take it apart and cut it down because I'll just screw it up. So I'm going to put this in flush with the bottom, I think, and then shim the top. I cut back the Tyvek to here and then taped right over so that this butyl tape is connecting directly to the wood frame. Exactamundo. smooth. It's locked, unlocked. Seals tight. Look at that. I actually don't remember ordering, this is, what is this called? Cherry? I got cherry interior for many of the windows, but I don't think I wanted it in the bathroom. Unless I was thinking of doing wood paneling all around in the bathroom, making it like a hinoki, like a cypress bathroom. Aimee doesn't want that. But I can't remember. Anyway, I don't really like the look of it as is right now. But we'll make it work. We've got a whole list of projects to do. I've explained this in previous video and earlier on, I think. There's just a countless list of projects that have to be done in order to move into the house. A lot of the projects require working outside, the external siding, installing the windows actually has to be done from the outside. And so we need a platform to work off of, an even, expansive platform to work off of. And not only that, I'm going to be, cutting wood, building cabinets, storing things. I need more horizontal space. So we've decided one of the first projects we have to tackle is the outside deck. And that's why I cleared off this area on the east side of the house, so that we can get our concrete pillars, our concrete pillar base supports in. Footings I think they're called. And also on this war zone on the front, we have to get this all cleaned up so that we can start building out the deck. But that's one of the first things that I'm going to tackle. On days like this, I'm going to work inside and get the windows sorted. I'm also going to, clear up the tiny house and get more tools, hopefully all tools, moved over here. So those tasks are going to run alongside the big one being the outside deck. Please keep an eye out for all these videos related to deck building. It's going to be a monster. I haven't calculated the square footage yet, but I did put on Instagram, I put up a kind of a sample CAD drawing of it. And it's going to be big. It'll be 3.5 meters out this side, 13 meters long, 4 meters out that side, 11 or 12 meters long there. So yeah, it's going to be a massive deck. And yeah, I want it. So what's interesting about this type of window is because it has 8 or 10 screws on the outside, I can shim it from the inside, make sure it's perfectly level, then go outside and screw everything into the plywood, and the shim really becomes meaningless. I can pull it out because the window is now fixed into the wall. I don't know if that's common or normal, but anyway, I probably will do that, remove the shim. And then when I insulate, I will do a little spray foam around the whole thing and seal it up. And the shim doesn't interfere with that. This is a bee-approved day. The west side windows are all done. It's about 3 o'clock now, 3:30. Took me most of the day just to do 3. I did 1 yesterday. The taping is taking a long time. The butyl tape sealing before I put the window in. Putting the window in is dead easy. I mean, I'm so glad these things came pre-assembled. The day started out lousy, but turned out fine. The rest of the week is going to be fine. Temperatures have dropped today all across the country. We dropped about 5 degrees between yesterday and today, but it's going to be sunny for the next 3-4 days, so I do not mind at all. Look at those oranges just coming into their own. They're getting a lot more sun this year because I took down the 2 big trees. This is gonna work. Isn't that cool that I can, I mean, these frames are so light that I can do this from the inside, do the test fit from the inside. That just, you know, eases my mind a lot. I can pretty much do all the windows, even without the deck. Okay, that's 4 windows in about 6.5 hours. I'm good with that. And we got one of the south-facing windows, the master bedroom window in place. Yeah, this is exciting. Yeah. Made great progress yesterday on the windows, but it's a sunny day today, so I'm gonna work outside. I'm particularly glad I got the bedroom window fixed because some birds had set up shop here and were using my windowsill and my master bedroom floor as their party place. No more of that in here. But yeah, I could get this all done quite easily. But no, outside. Several years ago, when I was up here in the excavator digging out this path, this level area, I wanted a level area from the house all the way through over to there, which is my solar panels over just across that ridge. And I think I was digging out here to get a path built. Then, once the path was made, I had to start digging out the side of the mountain, excavating the mountain for the foundation for the house. And when I started excavating it, I just piled all the dirt here in my path. So this is all quite loose dirt. It's been sitting here for at least 3 years. And now I'm digging it out again and moving it further. goes right over to here. Right there. Okay. We've got our 2 pins locations identified. We're going to have 2 posts here supporting the 4-meter width of the deck, but there's only going to be a single post on this width of the deck. So I'll have Y braces coming in at this angle in the same plane as the foundation of the house to stop any wobble this way, and the 2 posts and the ledger connection will stop any wobble this way. I had to excavate all of that rock right there out to get this foundation buried inside it. But what that means is under all this dirt, there's a little bit of rock. And this coming down here, there's still quite a bit of dirt on this cliff right here. But as we get down to here, we're getting down to rock. As we get up to the pin level where I'm going to be digging the holes, that means I probably only have to go down maybe 2 feet in here, and I'll put sonotubes in there and fill them up with concrete. So they'll be resting on a bed of rock, 2 feet of concrete, and then the pillar, and then the deck. Okay, where are you? Okay. Okay, using the tried and true 2 meter, 3 meter, 3.6 meter right triangle making method. I've got my point out there. That point is a 90 degree, creates a 90 degree angle here against the house. I've aligned this pin with it. This one is exactly 1.8 meters off the wall. That one's exactly 3.6 meters off the wall, and they're exactly 1.4 meters from each side. The wall here will be 2.8 meters. So we are confident that these are the locations of our 2 pillars for the upper deck. I think I have successfully excavated accurately the 6 bases, the concrete sonotube locations for 6 pillars that we'll put here that'll hold this side of the deck. I still have 2 more to do down at the bottom. I spent a few minutes creating a berm down below because I'm digging out a lot and dirt is rolling down. So if I pile enough there, it's all going to be under the deck in the future anyway. It'll just settle itself into a kind of a soft walking surface. Well, I've been ignoring this problem for a long time. I really don't want to touch this big old stump. I cut it down to this far 2 years ago now, and I left it because it's just too dense, too hard, too buried, too many rocks. But I see no way of getting a beam in here to support this outside portion of my deck without getting rid of it. The beam will probably sit like right here at this height, at this elevation, and it has to go up to about there. So that means that's a good 1.5 meters of this stump. that I got to cut out. I've got a brand new chain for my big chainsaw, so it'll make, quick work of the wood, but with all the dirt and rocks, it's going to destroy it immediately. So just how much wood can I cut before the rocks destroy the chain and I have no more new chains? Okay, and then as I dig it out, it's going to just, all the dirt's going to fall into my freshly excavated area. That's only half of it. Of course, it's been lying here for at least 20 years because in 2 years ago video, I cut down the trees that had grown out of it, and they were as big as those things. Those are 6 inches around, or 6 inches across at the diameter, and there was like 4 of them growing out of this one. So yeah, it's definitely rooted, and there's a couple of feeders on both sides, so I still got to get this upper half. Let's go back in. You can hear that wind blowing outside, and it's not blowing here in the master bedroom because my windows are in. Well, I really wanted to get post holes dug today, but I think that's going to have to wait for the next video. I got caught up with further excavation, some measuring. I got one more window put in on the second floor. It's ironic. The big ones are easier to put in than the little ones because the little ones have the glass already built into the frame, assembled into the frame. And so you really have to be outside to secure them, as I had to do on the west side. But the bigger ones, without the windows installed, are dead easy. They're dead easy, doing them from the inside. Okay, well, we have a lot more work ahead starting tomorrow, but that'll be next week's video. I hope to have all the pillars for the posts in. The sonotubes in, concrete in, elevations understood, and therefore the height of the required posts understood. And I'm gonna go with round timbers, raw uncut timbers. I haven't talked to my sawyer yet about the cost of it. I'm hoping that the cost of the unfinished, unsquared timbers is a lot cheaper than squared timbers, but I don't know. We'll have that conversation next week. So come on back, and also remember, forward this to the women in your life, and get them subscribed so we can get our percentage of female viewers up from 5 to 10% to 50 to 55%. Okay, that's the goal. Thanks everybody for hanging around. We'll see you soon.